Yeah. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Got an awesome show planned for you guys tonight. Tonight we're talking about something that a lot of business owners think about, and they think they have an idea, but they're not really for sure. And a lot of times they're dead wrong. And what we're going to discuss tonight is what lenders look for in your business plan and financials. Because and we've kind of talked about this a little bit, over the years here and there, just giving out different information that you need to look for with a business loan. But a key thing, so many people are talking about getting business fundings. We talk, with the show, we talk so much about entrepreneurship and things that business owners need to be working towards and getting to. I want to have a discussion with you guys tonight to talk about exactly what these folks are looking for. So we're not going into kind of hypotheticals about, what you think and what you know. I got to get my credit score. I got to do this. I got to make some kind of fake story up and do this, all this other stuff. We're going to discuss exactly what lenders look for in your business plan and their financials, right? So we definitely want to have that conversation and everything. So it's going to be a good conversation with you guys. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother? It's Thursday. Hey, best day of the week.
Absolutely.
Rainy day of the week. It rained all day. Yeah, but hey, we here. We made it through.
Well, it's been the past couple of days weather-wise, been a little funky.
Yeah, it's been a little funky, been a little off and on, but we still made it through.
But the great part about it, we're here to be able to, enjoy it. That's the thing with that.
Right.
So, I also will say what's up to Mother Producer Slick 316. What's up, Reek?
What's going on, Reek?
All right. Well, listen, man. Right now, again, it's the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Mr. Short Dollar, we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. We're streaming live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. The main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel where we have over 1,300 videos. We have an active grants playlist with over 150 different grant opportunities. And definitely, guys, feel free to leave comments in the chat. But definitely want to call in and add to the conversation. You got a question, feel free to call in. The call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. And so this is the thing about it, what I want to have this conversation in regards to what lenders look for in your business plan and your financials. A lot of times what people don't understand is not your ideal. It's the numbers that you can have. And so what I always say to people, right? Look, man, people will say, hey, we need black-owned banks, or we have more black underwriters. We can do that. And we'll have more business loans. And that's bullshit.
Right.
The reality of everything is at the end of the day, you have basic parameters in regards to, just say, credit scores, collateral, the industry, things like that they have to look for, right? Sometimes you might get somebody who maybe a little bit more, I won't say lenient, but familiar with your situation.
Okay, right.
But if overall, you still got certain baselines and certain things you still got to stay in tune with, right? And a lot of times people, you make excuses for not putting themselves in position to do certain things because they say, I can't. But this is the basic question you got to ask yourself. You got to be honest with yourself because a lot of folks don't want to be honest. If you had $100,000 and a stranger came to you and asked you to borrow $30,000, would you give it to him?
I got to know some background information.
Well, okay, just we'll give it to him. And would you give it to them because they said a good tale or whatever? Like you just said, you got to have some kind of things in place. If you're not looking at credit score, well, you got collateral, or can I get the equipment? How's the industry or whatever? You're still going to have questions.
I think the question though is you worded it right, but I think you forgot to add in the nuance of banks and when if you have $100,000 of somebody else's money, because technically the bank is lending out your money.
Well, no, it's their money. No. Because no. I meant what I said.
Okay.
The question I'm asking you is my money.
Okay.
So would you feel comfortable lending out your money? The point of it is, it's not a bad thing. Is that at the end of the day, your pitch, your requisition for that money got to be so compelling to have your stuff in order. Okay, cool. Listen, I got everything in order. right? So I got these things in order. So that's why I put there as a charge, not to tell people not to do it.
Right.
More so, have your ducks in a row. So even if you coming to yourself, well, this meet the criteria that you would need to be able to get that money out. You see what I'm saying?
And plus, you said loan, so I need to know how I'm gonna get my money back.
Well, that's the thing about it. And that's why I said those kind of questions got to be asked. But if you look at yourself and just be honest, like, okay, I have these together. This is the criteria. Not, hey man, I just want to look out for somebody. You got to be honest with yourself, man. Come on now. People sit here and trip about getting somebody, let them borrow $100.
$20.
If you got a capacity to do that.
Right.
So when you start talking about, I want to help people out and do these certain things. That's why a lot of times, you lending organization, lending is because they actually lend out loans. The probably not the best to be lending out.
2008.
Yeah, exactly.
The housing crisis.
Exactly, and that's those are the kind of things I think people need to be realistic about that. You know what I'm saying? Just with doing it, would you give yourself that person? Not because you don't like how they look,
right?
At the end of the day, it's a business,
right?
And you got to be realistic about. Listen, man, it sound good? Because that's the problem with everybody. When again, we're talking about what lenders look for in your business plan and your financials. People leave it at words. Well, I'll get a hot dog stand. I'm gonna get a food truck. We're gonna sell hats. We want to do this. We're gonna do that. But the mathematics and the numbers behind it, it may not be a good idea. We did the video about a month ago when I was talking to people like, look, man, focus on your business. Don't focus on other people.
Right.
Because one of the most common ways people that are new in business, they go into it. They say, Lab, they selling burgers, but that burgers cost 10. Well, we're gonna start off selling our burgers at $7 to $8 to undercut them. Yeah. And the issue come up is we know just as a business person, your price is based off your cost. And what I mean by your unit cost is the place selling for $10, it may cost them $6 with the bun, the meat, to make the burger. And they may have certain vendors that they have relationships with that can get it to them a little cheaper. You going there, you got to go do some Sam's or some Costco buying your meat and supplies. Hell, it costs you $8. But you want to sell them for $7. But you haven't done the math behind that.
Right.
Well, I'm just going to be cheaper. What you're going to be doing is just being busy and you're not going to make any money.
You're going to break even most of the time because you selling for less. You might be selling more for less, but you still are going to break even. Well, if you do that.
Well, you can't break even if you're selling at a price below your cost.
Oh, say hey to mama. Mama say, hey, Poochie, Lab, and Slick.
What going on,
hey, mom?
But if you selling below your unit cost, but those are kind of things that we have to make people aware of because people have their idea of the t-shirts, of the cakes, of the but have the size, everything. I don't want to get caught into that. I don't want to be with that. But what happens is they burn up through their savings. They burn up through the money that they've been loaned out. Things getting tough, and now it comes like, oh Lord, how am I gonna keep it? Or do I gotta go get a job? Or do I gotta do this, that, and that? Well, if you do the front end math, that's not to punk you and make you not do it, but it really makes you aware of, hey, this is viable. Right. And we did a show on that, like just understanding, testing your idea to see, hey, this is even something that even makes sense. Guys, just because if you see something not necessarily going the way that you want to do, that doesn't mean it's something bad, or you quitting or it's a fake. It's common sense. What's going on, cuz? So you came in. Appreciate it, Rob. I think people getting their feelings too much with that because you have this dream. You feel like, man, I really want to do this. I really want to do that. It doesn't make it a bad idea. It just may not be the best idea for right now.
Right, yeah.
Or your situation.
For the current market.
Yeah.
Too.
But people get caught up in that so much. So that's why I want to have a discussion with you guys because far too often people, and I just tell you this, one of the biggest reasons the channel blew up is because we're telling people about grants. Because people want to get money that they don't have to pay back. and actually have attitudes. They don't have enough grants, so they don't have this thing. Man, why would somebody should believe in your shit more than you?
Right.
And if they do believe in your stuff more than you do to give you money, they probably got ulterior motives. I'm gonna get them out of through his stuff. I'm gonna do it all the time. I know I can talk over their head, do some certain things, and I can really
right here. And the business be mine.
Exactly. I.e. music industry.
Right.
I mean, it happens all the time, right? So
Right.
people got to be aware of when you want certain things and stuff. There are things you got to have in place to be able to make folks compel to want to invest in your business, make folks compel to want to give you some money and don't even know you, right?
Right.
So that's why we're gonna have that conversation tonight. You about to say something later?
I was gonna say just a good idea ain't it's not all you need. You need a lot more than just a good idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we're gonna discuss some of the things tonight. And again, guys, tonight's show we're talking about what lenders look for in your business plan and your financials. Again, the call in number 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. Feel free to leave your comments or questions in the chat. Also, if you got anything you want to add to, ask or add to the conversation. So
not Naira. I'm sorry if I was pronouncing your name wrong. Naira says, "Thank you, Mr. Short Dollar. You stay dropping gems."
Hey, I appreciate it. Please forgive Lab.
Yeah, please forgive
Lab
me.
of Chicago Public School product.
Yeah, that's it.
Ebonically speaking.
CPS.
Hey. Better you than me, Lab.
That's right.
So listen, guys. So the first thing we're just gonna go over a couple things that that I feel like the lenders look for. And the first one is lenders want confidence, not creativity. They want confidence, creativity. They are not just impressed by your passion. They need proof. Proof of your business is number one, viable. It's gonna be profitable, and it's a smart risk. The thing of it is so many times you see on Shark Tank, people go through and they'll sit there and say, "Well, hey, this is the button. This is the button for your coat, or this is the shoe that make it run fast." You can sit here and preach and say what it is, man. Because I share that story where the brother called me that time. Just so adamant about that chicken. We had no idea, just vendor costs, rent, nothing, your basic business expenses. When banks want to know that, listen, it's viable. You have done the mathematics and sat there and said, it's going to cost me this. I'm going to sell it for this. These are my costs to have the business going. If I sell enough of these, I can have this money left in the bank and I can pay you back. You let me borrow 5. I'm going to pay you 6.5 back. You got to have all this stuff together, right? On the current climate, is zoning right? Is this a perfect area for it? What kind of history you can show them that other people have. Let me see it.
Credit history is very important.
Well, credit history and even history of I ain't talking about the credit history now. I'm talking about history of other businesses, maybe even doing it. Like just because sometimes if you're the initial one into the market with doing it, it may not necessarily be, it's kind of have a different level of skepticism with doing it, but you got to just be kind of knowledgeable enough to be able to say, listen, I done the homework. We got my cousin Robert. I need to sit down with you because I'm going hard with my pressure washing this summer, cars, house, driveway, etc. It's just call me, cousin. Well, I got you. Just give me a call, man. Just give me a call. I just need advice from my role model. Hey, I appreciate it, cuz. Love you, boy. Love you, but grandma was at the house this weekend, man. Yeah, give me a call, man. I got you covered on everything. Just hit me up. But one thing, people tell you some stuff like, yeah, man, I want to get into this and I want to get into that. A lot of times, I've found over the years, people aren't quick to say that around me no more because they'll say stuff.
You be breaking their hearts.
And but here's the deal. Now I'm gonna tell you something. You know me. I don't get no unsolicited advice. Right. So if you say something, I don't say nothing. I sit there quiet as hell or whatever. But then they'll go around with Poochie, what you think? What you think, Poochie? And then I'll sit there and ask 1 or 2 questions that they weren't probably thinking about.
Right.
Not to just catch them off guard, but just regular basic questions. And it just get taken the wrong way. But you need people like that. I've never done any kind of business that I didn't call my OGs or call people that I knew that were familiar with it to get scrutiny. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
somebody to think outside the box and from the outside looking in. So you telling me you want to start this, but it's 18 other businesses in the same area you trying to go in is doing exactly the same thing. Yeah. Or, just with that, you got, this vendor, with tariffs and stuff coming in and stuff, these certain price. You want to talk to people. And, it's very ignorant to me to say, well, hey, man, I'll let folks talk you out of it.
people giving you advice ain't talking you out of it. Now people don't know no better.
Right.
They might can talk you out of it, or they might can talk you into it,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't know no better. But we talk to people that usually subject matter experts, they're really gonna kind of give you some things just to chew on.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, cool, that's good insight, and that's not to make you stop, but to give you an opportunity to think about. Man, I ain't think about that.
Or to
That's a good point.
reorganize something and say, oh, you know what, Poochie, you right. I do need to. Let me look at this right here
Mhm.
because I'm about to go off half cocked, and I ain't think about that. I need a fire to fry chicken. You know what I'm saying?
And you gotta believe it, because see, when you go to a lender and you try to pitch, okay, I need this loan for this,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't know you believe it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you selling that, hey, this is this, Wakanda,
Mm-hmm.
that we're gonna build, and we're gonna have these units and all this vast stuff. They gotta know at the end of the day, this is not just a dream. Mathematically, how is this gonna work?
Mm-hmm.
How are you gonna fund this? How much you gonna rent each unit out? How much is this gonna cost? Well, listen, we heard concrete went up, so how you guys gonna get around that? All this stuff had to be thought of, not you just sitting there rolling out some pictures and projections.
Mm-hmm.
With doing it. The numbers gotta work. And you gotta know that. See, when you know something, Lab, I say, if I go to my brother DJ Lab and say, hey man, how we doing this on the ones and twos? He looking at it, he knows it inside out.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I have questions, he can answer it like this.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to a bank and you want to get financing, you just gotta be confident. Now, nobody knows everything,
right?
But you have to be able to sit there and push that confidence. It coming out of you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. He know his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't just because I had a conversation with a close family member. They were telling me about selling some damn Italian ice.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I heard a guy can make this and make that. They didn't know.
Right.
They just going on Sunday heard.
Right.
I'm like, who the hell told you that?
Right. Where's your cost analysis for this? And where's your due diligence to see that this is the case?
Because you heard somebody say something.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you know.
Right.
And that's what there's a lot of times people, we all the time, man. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting me a podcast and getting a YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these folks, I was looking at one show, lady, she built out a whole podcasting studio for people to rent.
Mm-hmm.
And she had overhead of $4,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here like, the guy was asking her, how you recoup that? And she hadn't even thought, I got subscriptions. And so she got $50 and $70 a month subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Like she hadn't even thought about how many of them subscriptions she had to do just to, and people in the comments were like, your spot is beautiful. It looked nice, which it does.
Mm-hmm.
But this shit gonna close soon too.
Mm-hmm.
Because she had not
take in the consideration that people put their phones up and do podcasts.
Hey, Lab, but that's the thing, and it's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't no dream killer. I want everybody to sit here and win
and succeed, right?
But you gotta sit here and be realistic about it. If this not your wheelhouse, get the right people in. So the number one thing is, guys, remember, lenders want you to be confident. They want you to be confident and know your shit. You need to know it. You really need to know it. I always spin people to it all the time, man. Go look at Shark Tank. You better know it. They want you to know them numbers. So you know what's going on. You can't answer every question, but even you have to have an answer. Mm-hmm. You might not have the answer, but you got an answer. Well, listen, I can find that out. We're not for sure. We know, but we're definitely looking at that. You can't have a lot of those. But
maybe one.
Exactly. But you got to be able to do that. The I don't know and all this, it ain't gonna work.
Let me get back to you on that.
So that first thing, guys, got to make sure that you have confidence. The second thing is we talk about again what lenders look for in your business plan financials. Again, guys, got any questions or comments? Feel free to call in 740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. The second thing is key parts of the business plan that matters to lenders. Mm-hmm. Key parts of your business plan that matters to lenders. Okay, and we talk about lenders. They can be banks, private investors, hard money lenders. We want to avoid the loan sharks, but
right,
just people that you look into. It can be family members. It can be a community group or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Kind of, we want to, you got to be able to present something to people. You want to get something that's personal to them as they money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the second thing is on the key parts of the business plan that matters to a lender. At first, that executive summary, which is that opening statement. Make sure it's clear, concise description of the business, market, and goals. Okay. Mm-hmm. Clear, concise description of the business, market, and goals. You got to lead with clarity. Can a lender understand your business in 60 seconds? Mm-hmm. Now, again, You ain't gotta be old fast talking to Deonte or anything like that. But you can say something and work it, and practice it over and over to give a good description of your business in less than a minute. You might say, look, D, that ain't really my thing to be talking and all. That's not me. I'm not one of them. I'm a worker. You better get somebody.
Right. Somebody.
I'm just saying. And guys, listen. It's just the same way when we do the shows or your videos and stuff online. You practice. Practice it. Get your ass in front of your phone. Hey, I'm Deonte Burden. I'm Majestic Business Services. We are a business service firm servicing all your small business individual needs. We offer bookkeeping, tax prep, payroll. We got you working over and over and over and over and over and over again. Believe you me, when I first started, I was stuttering like hell, trying to figure out Work on it. Work on it, guys. We try to get money. People do a whole lot more for a whole lot less. So you got an opportunity to get what's going on, Trading Co. If you have an opportunity to acquire, 10, 20, 50, $100,000. Shit, go all out practicing to get it.
Right.
Get out your feelings.
Right.
You gotta make sure again when you sitting there delivering, this is what we do. And be able to get that summary clear, concise. They understand you, they hear you, and they feel okay, cool. Because you can tell a minute is a short amount of time, but that's a lot of time that you can give 4 or 5 sentences
to describe your business.
Describe your business, okay? So just kind of keep in mind with that. Another thing is key parts of business plan that matters to lenders is that market opportunity. Who are your customers, right? Who are your customers? Who the people are going to be able to purchase you, who are interested or whatever? Because one thing about it, what people got to understand, just you put it out there, you got to make sure that it's viable. What people want, those people there for you. What problem are you solving? What's the demand?
That part right there you talk about all the time.
What problem?
What problem are you solving?
Hey, that's the thing.
A lot of businesses are not doing nothing new. They just solving the problem with something existing.
Man, look here. Everybody, mama, you open up a clothing line. You think this is, you say, well, hey, this is my creative thing. And what you have a lot of times is people that are close to you buying your shit. And after a while, it'll stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trey Nicole say, hey, Deonte, hey, Lab.
What's going on, Trey Nicole?
Appreciate you tuning in, man. But you people have to realize that everybody do not want to listen to Mr. Short Dollar. Everybody want to go to Majestic Business Services.
Right.
So
everybody don't want to listen to podcasts.
Who am I fixing something for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know there's a segment of people that need entrepreneur advice. They need advice on how to, what we're talking about now. What business owners want to, what lenders looking for that with your business plan or your financials. I know that's out there. There are a lot of tax businesses out there. There ain't a lot of tax businesses, right there in that area where I'm at in Riverdale. I ain't got to do everybody taxes.
Right.
I just got to get a small portion, 1% of the Riverdale population.
Right.
You have to sit here and look at it, and then me putting that on paper and explaining that. Now lender like, okay, he know his shit. I know what he want.
Right.
He ain't got to be all this, that, and that. But you got to be able to sit here and say to yourself, understand what's going on. What's up, Chris? My BMU brother.
What's going on,
my Misfits Radio.
Right.
Brother, there you go. My dog. Appreciate you tuning in, Chris. But that's a key thing.
Right.
You got to make sure the opportunities there. You say, okay, look, we're gonna have this certain restaurant in. Who are the people? Do you got customers for that? Like Lab just said it. If I can go straight down a road and it's 30 restaurants, why are they inclined to stop? Now you might have the new thing going on, right? But after that's over, what's going to continue to do it?
Right.
That's one of the things I don't think people realize is when people open up a restaurant and folks are waiting 30, 40 minutes, I think them owners get too damn comfortable. And I sound like it's cool, it's hot.
Right.
But then the next thing they gone. What they don't try to focus on, to me, is just retention. Yeah. And even if you lost some retention, just reclamation, be able to get them back. Like, hey man, that's
customer retention. How much they go over it all the time. One of the things I didn't mean to cut you off. That a lot of business owners don't do, which I learned from from being managing shopping centers is that due diligence before. So Victoria's Secrets even considers your shopping center to put a store in. They do a 20 to 30 mile radius to see what other kind of stores in that area are selling what they're selling. Yeah. And I don't mean just another Victoria's Secrets or a lingerie store. They talking about JCPenney's, how many Walmarts over there, how many, Targets over there. They doing so much due diligence before they even consider you that they say, okay, we got five stores over here that sells women's underwear or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
None of them specialize like we do. We could put a store here, but that takes a year. They do a year of due diligence before they even put a store up.
I say it all the time, Leo. If everybody getting business, if you just kind of mimic on a smaller scale what the Fortune 500 companies do, so like what Lab just saying, doing that research and development, to kind of look just smaller scale. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to put in, millions of dollars that they put in research and development, but just take some time to find out exactly those kind of things. It'll save you a whole lot of heartache and pain. Remember what I said, guys. It's not to stop you from doing it. It's just for you to get extra awareness in regards to what you need to be working on, period. Mm-hmm. Far too often people get in this thing called business because they don't like their job. They want some more money. They want some freedom. But they end up putting themselves in such a horrible situation. You done lost your money, lost your family, lost your car, and now you got to go back to the same damn job.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's probably something less desirable than what the hell you left.
Yeah,
because you didn't want to do your take the patience to do it. I'm sorry.
I don't think people realize how those Fortune 500. And I know we talking about Fortune 500 companies because this is what I've worked with. So we're not trying to say, small mom and pops don't work either. I've worked with some mom and pops. And some of them did the same things. But like just with Walmart in general, the reason why a lot of Walmart switched over to super centers is because they could own the shopping center and the land that the Walmart is in. See, at first they were renting these spaces. So what they decided to do was build their own shopping centers, smaller shopping centers where they can get rent, they can own the land, they can do what they want. And then the shopping center, the space that they rented out, they can prevent you from renting because they paying the rent on that anyway and prevent a Target from coming in there.
Well, see, but that's still going back to the point, not to get off track with the Fortune 500 company. And if you don't know Fortune 500, usually your top 500 companies in the country. But anyway, would they say, just scale it down? You don't have to do that,
right?
It's just the basic principle,
right?
Because the basic principle gonna be on your business plan anyway.
And I'm gonna give you good vape shops. It's a bunch of vape shops. How many vape shops do due diligence to where they know that there's 15 vape shops in a 20-mile radius of this studio? They don't. You get what I'm saying? That's a smaller scale right there.
I call that money laundering. Watch your. That's how you wash your meth money.
Okay. Allegedly.
Again, we're talking about what lenders look for in your business plan and your financials. The third thing we're in the set where the key things in the business plan that lenders look for is the business model. How do they make money? Okay, what are your revenue streams? A very clear profit plan is the easy way for anybody to trust you. So you telling me that's what I think people get lost at. They'll say, well, we sold X amount of burgers today. We made $30,000. And they didn't make $30,000 because, again, the revenue was 30, but after everything's paid, it might only be $3,000 or $4,000, if that. But that's the thing about it. People run their mouths so much. I've had conversations with just with different events. You hear people just with fundraisers. And people say, at the fundraiser, we raised X amount, $100,000. Everybody,
yeah.
But the problem come up is you might have did raise that at the fundraiser. The issue is how much did it cost you to have a fundraiser? To this day, and just being and dealing with galas and all this other kind of stuff on the actual, planning side, setting up side, I ain't never heard nobody publicly acknowledge what they netted from an event. Now they'll say, okay, we did fundraising, we raised this kind of money, but I'm sitting there looking, and I know that place that cost about damn $80,000 to $90,000. I know that place cost. I know that. So, and I'm sitting here looking, man. I get in my head ticket price, shit, man, they ain't probably make no money.
Right.
Because I'm sitting here looking at the cost to do it.
Right.
Just like sometimes people, promoting, you got your show or something like that. You say, okay, cool. This artist want 3,000. This want 10,000. This want 30,000. And these folks so crazy. They sit here after that. They know they got to get, security, insurance, whatever addition you got to pay the artist or whatever, promotion, advertising, all that kind of stuff. And you come down $20 damn ticket price, and that ain't gonna be able to do it because you got this venue with such amount of capacity. Even if you say, okay, look, let me just say 80% of that of the capacity I'm looking to sell because I know what kind of draw this artist have in. But you sitting there looking like after I paid everybody, hell, I ain't brought home number $1,000.
Right.
Shit, you could have done DoorDash and got that. I'm just saying, like, but that what I'm going at, lab, and I done went down the road with these, years of doing these kind of things and doing shows. You talk to guys. Hey man, the folks want too much money. We can't do it at that venue. I already know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I done
did
all that
right,
stuff.
right.
And I done did that stuff before.
Right.
That's why, a lot of times you gotta make sure that you understand how the money coming in. Is that the real number? Are you pulling in $5 or are you bringing in 1 or 2 after everything is paid? You gotta know that lenders want to know. Because at the end of the day, what it comes down to, not what you make, what the hell can you pay them back? Y'all got to understand that business model has to be strong enough to show like this is how the money's coming in. This is it.
Right.
Okay, is it consistent way of making money, or is it something where people are like, man, you hope you said this, you hope you did this? Right. Is it determined on if something else happens? Or somebody else is going to be there or not, right? That's why a lot of restaurants, have a tough time struggling. I'm gonna tell you something that was a unique conversation. I had one of my OGs the other day, and this guy here, a retired firefighter, but he said something to me, and he was just talking about different restaurants, and he was just talking about some of the ones in the neighborhood, and he said something to me that stuck with me. He said that I know a place ain't gonna last too long if I don't see a lot of police. He was talking about, this not everywhere, but just like in Atlanta, he said if I don't see a lot of police, corrections, or firefighters coming in and out of there, or police cars parked there, he said I know they won't last long because those are anchors. They're constantly gonna be in there. They're buying in bulk, right? I might come there on, payday, date or whatever. But you got like a restaurant, you see, 3 or 4 police cars, might see this correction officer coming in because those are anchors, right? They going and eating out.
They always constant.
Exactly. And I never thought about that till he said that. And so what my point with that bringing in is those are anchors. So if you sit and tell to a lender, look, this is there, that is there. Look, we got this Mitsubishi plant around the corner. They got 10,000 people working. Hell, we just need 1% of that come to our shop every day to get something to eat, right? And we know it's going to be more than that. We also have this place that's down there. It's 2 or 3 schools. We only need 1 or 2%, which is this number. This is how many people working. We know we'll get that. We've already made relationships where we went to their office and said, this is the discount y'all got. We've talked to the local police. This is the discount y'all got. We talked to the schools in the area. This is what we got. We also said that, listen, if you guys come and frequent our establishment, we'll donate to your school. A lender here is they own it. They own it. They own it. They got relationships. They get it. They got money coming in.
Building the base.
Yeah, but you always out here begging and trying to get stuff. And, no, that's not how it is. Right. Remember what I always tell y'all, we doing business. It ain't palms up. It's palm up, palm down. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't, hey, you come see me. Look, I'm a guilty. Yeah, exactly.
Take, give.
The reason, anybody knows me, when I coach youth football, my kids always had nice stuff. I won't say nice, it's a little bit more exaggerated. I didn't do no fish fry. I ain't watch no damn cars. I ain't do none of that stuff. But I always made sure in the 5-mile circumference of the park, the Zaxby's, the McDonald's, the Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Hey, listen, We come here on Tuesday nights between 8 and 10. Can you get 10% of the revenue back on the ticket? 10%. And I did it everywhere. The clubs, the bars, whatever. Get that back to my little league team.
Right.
That's how you get. That's how you
get
yeah. That's how Paul Burden getting $20,000-$30,000 in his account.
Because they want to look good supporting the youth football, supporting. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I'm
it's
making
good publicity for them too.
Where that plus I'm making the money. I ain't begging. I'm over that. I got people coming in during this time. They're saying they're part of it. Give me 10% back on it.
Okay.
So we ain't asking. We spending bread with you.
Okay.
So you're inclined to do that. So you give me that on the ticket. Plus, if you want to donate, which all I'm gonna do,
right?
Then you got it.
Okay.
So you sitting there saying, I'm giving you that. When I go to a club in the area and stuff, tell my parents, listen, third Friday, I need y'all there. You're gonna give me 10% back on the food, right? But what I'm saying to you, like, I did this. That's why my kids always had new shit. We ain't watch no cars. We ain't went out there begging. I wasn't put no financial strain on my parents because they were gonna drink, go to the club anyway.
Right.
They were gonna go to McDonald's, go to Zaxby's and all this stuff anyway, right? But they didn't have the burden of trying to pay for this uniform or that uniform. It's all, we're doing it. And that's why I think a lot of times people understand the concept. Palm up, palm down. Palm up, palm down. People will be inclined to do stuff with you if they know, hey, you ain't using me, you utilize me, you bringing me business. I got you. We doing that. Hey, because if a business made $5,000 in an hour because of the traffic, they give you that 10%. So they gave 500 back. But what is it for them to give the team $100? At another time, and they know they're making almost $5,000. Right. That's crumbs.
That's crumbs to them.
That's crumbs. But you got to think. Everybody get your damn. Stop begging. Stop begging.
Come up with a plan.
People ask our question, Coach Burden, how y'all be doing this? How you got? Look, man, y'all got. When you watching no calls over here, I ain't flying no fish.
Doing no fundraising over here. It's a business.
Flying no fish. Stand on the corner begging for $1.
Right.
No, and that's the thing about it. And you can always go to that. So that's the thing about it. Lenders, they want to know, okay, what is your plan with doing this? How you gonna make this money? But a lot of times what happens is, for you to be able to explain that means you have to do something with start with an E, effort. A lot of times people just want to sit back and ask for money. What have you done? That's one thing I used to hear Mark Cuban on Shark Tank all the time. So what have y'all been doing so already? Oh, we're already in these stores. We're already doing this. We're already selling these. Don't just sit there and wait for somebody to give you something. I'm telling you, lad, that's one of the biggest things where people respond to these grants and stuff, but nobody want to give you money. Nobody obligated to give you shit.
Right.
Like you got to put yourself in position to be able to get certain stuff. Because at the end of the day, if I know that you're out here making money and I can give you some more money to get over the hump, it's going to benefit me because now I can make money off of it. And I also see that you're already making money. Me hoping you make money with my money is a whole different conversation.
Right.
That's a whole different conversation. And when you want people, and people aren't going to be inclined to fund a startup because they got nothing to base it off of, unless you're an experienced entrepreneur. Look, guys, I've started this, I've started that, I got a reputation doing that. Okay, cool. So now the lender jump on you. Why? Because they say, well, shit, he always making money. Well, they're going to get in. He has a reputation for doing that. Exactly. So they may be inclined, but you just go in there with your ideas and your feelings. It ain't gonna work. And we got to get out of that.
Stanley Gordon said, "Good content, sir."
Hey, appreciate it, cuz. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in, cuz. I appreciate it. The third thing, again, tonight's show, we're talking about what lenders want to see. What lenders want to see on your business plan and your financials. And we just went through the first one being, what was the first one? We're gonna go rehash everything. Confidence, and the second one was the key things on the business plan. And the third thing, this is very important, guys. It's kind of alluding to the second part, is financial lenders focus on. Financials that lenders focus on. Y'all got to make sure, again, we got to get, I can't stress enough, you have to have the numbers down. Do not call somebody like me, get you an accountant, and they make some spreadsheets for you, and you here, get that to the lender. What the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, explain this shit to us.
Right.
Yeah, explain this to
Where
it.
these numbers come
Yeah,
from.
don't just be giving out papers and you don't know, you know, whatever. You don't remember, guys. You don't have to be an expert in numbers. You just need to know your numbers.
That's it.
You don't have to be, you know, whatever. You just need to be confident enough. And if you're not confident enough to know, okay, it's going to cost me $5 to make that bike. If I sell them for 10, I can make $5 profit. If I sell 10 bikes, I've made $50. Don't think a lot. I'm just saying, so you got to sit here and say that. And if you guys give me X amount of dollars at this rate, it's going to cost me this. I'm going to make this amount of money, which you give me, produce more. I can make this and I can make this and pay you back that. You got to know that, guys. So the financial lenders focus on those startup costs and the use of funds. Where will the money go? Do not, I'm telling y'all right now, red flag, red flag, red flag. Because I can be transparent myself. I got an SBA loan before pre-COVID, the 50-page application, $150,000 loan. And I understand it was just I'm going to say understand. It was probably the most grueling thing I ever had to go through because I got asked so many questions, but it did prepare me for a lot of stuff. But one key thing, guys, this is what a lot of people understand. They don't want to see shit about your pay.
No, they don't want to see what it's going for my salary.
Yeah,
for my wife's salary. They don't care about that.
Hey, I'm telling you right now.
They don't care if you eat crackers and sardines.
People put in there, yeah, we're gonna pay ourselves this. We're gonna pay. Listen, don't put that shit on there. Don't put that shit on there. Don't put. I'm telling you guys, and if it's on there, it'd be a very minimal number.
Right.
Don't be putting in, hey, this, you know, unless not for you, unless you're looking at getting a manager. And again, guys, remember, there has to be a return for everything you do. If you sit there and say, okay, we're going to pay this person $10,000 or $20,000, $30,000 to manage this business, there has to be some kind of financial return. You just can't put that stuff on there like they're going to look at that. Like, man, we ain't doing that but funding you for leaving your job.
Right.
So you got to make sure they're going to look at exactly what this stuff is for. You know, if you underestimate or overestimate what your cost, you know, like, look, man, I know damn well, you know, these buildings, these rents, you got rent at, you know, $1,100 a month. This commercial space, it can be $4,000 or $5,000.
Yeah, and they start acting something like, "What's your cam? What's your cam cost per year? What's the percentage that gonna go up?" You like, huh?
We gotta speak English. You talking that cam
now. But that's part of when you rent a space, when you rent a building. I know that cam cost is go. That banks know these things.
No, I know that. I'm just talking about the macrodeals.
Oh, okay.
but you got to just be realistic. When people looking at those things, you overestimate, underestimate. You just trying to make these frivolous numbers so you can get more money from us. Or you ask for something like, nah, man, that ain't going to work. You're going to need some more money. So you just got to make sure that when they looking at them financials, that you have done a lot of homework on them financials. You got to make sure that you're doing a lot of homework on your financials. A lot of times people don't spend a lot of time with doing that. The second thing we're talking about the financials, they focus on those revenue projections, 1 to 3 year projections with realistic numbers. 3,000 is not a realistic number. 5,000 not a realistic. 10,000 not a realistic number. 9,823 is a realistic number. And the reason why you come to that number because you look at your prices minus your costs, and you can forecast if you sell X amount of these, that's what it fall into, right? Minus the taxes and all that stuff. So it's going to be this unique number, and we can sit here and look at those and say, okay, that's where that comes from. You got to show what assumptions your projections are based on, and what is it based on? Because, like the example we gave earlier, 1% of the actual Nissan plant, 1% of the people that coming in from the corrections, 1%, 2%, whatever that is. This is what it's based off of. This is an immediate area. We don't got to be the capstone corner in the market. But based off what's in that area, that's consistently in that area, that's paying these people this, we feel like we can just get this amount and this amount at the price we sell. That's how we can do that. You just can't pull a rabbit out of the air. And I know y'all saying right now, man, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But why would somebody be inclined to give you $20,000, $30,000? They see you ain't did the homework.
Right. That's true. You
can't even go to your people to ask for $100. Well, what you need it for?
Right.
Shit, just have it. No, like, you gotta really show what are you gonna do with this?
Right.
So I know it seems like a lot. I understand.
But these are the cliff notes, though.
Yeah, but
these are the cliff notes. This ain't even the real. This is the cliff notes. If you can't handle the cliff note, as Slick says, tough skin is needed. No begging, no crying, and know your plan backwards and forwards.
And people will move because they shows what I believe in and I know it. You got to make sure that avoid the fluff, backing them numbers with research and logic. You just don't throw stuff out. These rounded numbers will get you in trouble. They get you probably cussed out. I'm just telling you.
Right.
Make sure you do your homework. Try to figure out exactly what you'll need with that. Okay. Again, we're talking about the financial cost lenders focus on that break-even analysis. I got a great video on Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube that explains break-even analysis, and that's looking at how long before the business can cover its own expenses. If you don't know, break-even analysis is again like how long before the business can cover its own expenses. The definition is fixed cost divided by your contribution margin. So the fixed cost of a business is the things that are going to occur each month, that being your rent, your insurance, utilities. Things are going to be the same each month. And the contribution margin is your revenue for a unit. Revenue minus the expense for the unit. So again, going back to the example of easy math, a bike, we sell them for $10. It costs us $5. So you got $5 profit margin from that. That's your contribution margin. And it may take me between all of my fixed costs, that being your rent, your gas, your utilities, insurance, that's $500 a month. So if I got $5 contribution margin, divide that into that 500. That means I got to sell 100 units a month. That's your break even now.
Right.
I got to sell 100 units. Divide that 500 by 5, and that will let you know that, hey, I got to sell 100 units a month. Now you can be realistic with yourself. Can we sell 100 of these?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we sell, 25 a week, can we do it that way? X amount a day or whatever, can we do it? Those kind of things come in place. But when you have that kind of stuff, that's when the lender looking, okay, cool. That seems pretty realistic. They can do that to break even. I'll be like, man, ain't no way in the head. Because that what happened with a young lady with the podcast. It's $4,500 a month.
Right.
You got people renting stuff out.
Right.
How many of these rentals do you have to have to cover just your costs? And she had no damn clue.
And no, you got the astronomical amount. If you, and then you're gonna be dealing with people who ain't making money from podcasts because they new people.
Well, that's the thing about it. But it's just.
See, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. That's $4,500 a month for the space. What about the light bill, the internet service, all that stuff is?
Well, no, it was $4,500 just total. Just total.
Okay.
She went on, just her net, her fixed costs. We're doing it, but still, like I said, that's a lot of money if you're dealing with people that are in a business where revenues ain't necessarily coming in
and guaranteed.
Yeah. So that was just something she hadn't done, and she was really. When people bring that stuff to your attention about break-even analysis and all that kind of stuff, it makes sense. But they also had like that damn dumb moment. How you ain't think about this, right?
People say to us, oh, man, why y'all get a storefront? Because I know that I'm not going to break even. I know that there's an astronomical cost to just the storefront itself. But then I got to add lights in. I got to add water in. I got to add internet service and phone service in. Why?
But that's why they don't last.
Yeah,
you're a person that does it, and last, my personal opinion, it's something they in addition to something they already got.
Right. And I got to charge $500 an episode.
Yeah,
just to break even because I'm renting right now. Rents for commercial space is $8,000 a month most times.
Yeah, and you need to have some, that's that's for another discussion. But having those things in place to do it, people you don't think about that. So that break even analysis is one. The next one is cash flow forecast. Lenders want to know if you can make monthly loan payments, point blank period. But all the money you making after you done paid everybody, can you pay us back? That's what they damn concerned about. Damn what you do, damn your house, damn your family, damn your situation.
Right.
Can you make enough money to pay us back?
You know what's funny? I think about what you said one time. Somebody said, well, just give me $5,000 and we could do this. And you said, how am I gonna get my money back? And they what I'm gonna get? They hadn't thought nothing about that part.
One of my partners they had a show on his damn channel. Want to do a damn play. Then I ain't thought about it. He had man, and he my dog,
Uh-huh.
but he had a great idea for him. And he just said, yeah, man, I can rent this out. I can do this and all this kind of stuff. You know, I can sell this. You know, I just need to borrow $3,000 from him. Shit. I heard, what the hell my money gonna be? I know you even borrowed $3,000 from me. And you'll give me $3,000 back. Hey.
Right.
And you have to be, your mind got to be there when you're looking for money. Listen, guys, I'm going to borrow for you, from you. You're going to give me this. I'm going to do right and make this money and pay you back that. That can't be the same thing. That can't be the same thing.
It can't. And like we say, Shark Tank is your best teacher.
Man, it's funny. I had a client and we sent the invoices out Monday because it's short week. On Tuesday. And, you know, we sent in another month. I had a client told me, hey man, you don't have to keep sending the invoices. I sent my last payment in. So I went by the PO box today. You know, yeah, he did send a check in. Do you know when this invoice started? September 24. I've been getting 30, 50, 100, 30, 50, 100 since damn September last year. And you got nerve to have an attitude of the invoice like I paid you. Well, I say all that to say, man, you should have gave me a little bit.
Right.
Cause you know,
print out these invoices.
I could have been on some BS.
Right.
And accelerated, hey man, nah, I want this, that, and that. But it's just to think of this. When you want money, guys, you gotta understand. You gotta make the deal sweet. OG told me that a long time ago. When you do deals with people, you want the situation to be when everybody get up from that table, they feel good. Everybody feel good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
However that have to work. Either you win a little bit more this time, they're gonna win a little bit more the next time. However, but when you do deals with people, you want to make sure when everybody stand up from that table, everybody feel all right.
You're like, you know what?
Yeah,
we good with this.
Yeah. If you got this greedy, sneaky thing, this, that, and that, you might get the deal, but you won't get another from them or other people because now your reputation out there.
Because you're sitting back thinking about how you can get over.
Yeah.
Instead of just being fair.
Hey man, it happened all the time, man. It happened all the time. You know, people sit there. You know, when we first started in the business, you know, we talking about with 02, 03, folks then walked out on invoices and all that kind of stuff. Cool. And I talked to my OG. He said, man, it ain't gonna hurt them because they missed on a good service. History shows. Fast forward 3 or 4 years. Hey D, man, because I know what had happened. And I called a CPA firm. They want $2,000. So you feel like you can call me and get it done? Nah, bro, I got to get this right here up front. You mean to tell me this? I've had people even with just rental properties over the years. I didn't know you were gonna look at my credit like a apartment.
I need to get a hard in an apartment. I don't have the other apartments to offset your not paying rent.
Not lamb. You mean tell me you really think that I'm gonna lend you the people that work for the apartment place just work there?
Right.
That ain't even theirs.
Right.
You think I'm gonna rent my shit out? I'm gonna scrutinize harder because that's mine. Right. Cat told me, he said, I know you gonna look at my stuff like that. Crazy.
Right.
But people don't think about that kind of
stuff.
They don't. So you just have to make sure that, look, when you borrowing money from people, that you can at least be able to pay that note. You know, I know how some of us, because I done been in the car with people. Well, let me stop. I want to get into that. But I know how it is sometimes. You go to the dealership.
Right.
And you know you can't afford the car. But you on the test drive, well, I can get a little overtime. I might can do a little DoorDash, right? Instacart. Right. You figure out how the hell you can pay this note on some shit you can't afford.
Right.
But you just wild driving and plotting. Stay the hell away from it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you need to make sure that you can be able to cover this debt. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you won't be able to do it again.
Right.
Or for a long time. Because you try to acquire something that you really couldn't afford to keep.
In the first place.
Yeah, so you be very careful of that. They also look for the debt to income and collateral if it's applicable. Are you already in debt? Like you're trying to rob, you already owe some folks, you're trying to get some more things in place. Do you have assets or cash flow that you can show to repay? People say, okay, I want to borrow this, I want to borrow that. I remember in a lot of these things, I haven't been into the business investment stuff for at least 10 years. I know I ain't did nothing, at least 5 to give prior to my damn divorce. So it's been a minute. But I remember young lady came to me. She wanted to get a screen print business.
Okay.
And we talking about collateral. And I told her, I said, okay, cool. But, you can't pay me back. It's my shit, the equipment. And she said, like, that was just blasphemy. Like, I give you the money for this, and you can't pay me back. It's mine. And her, she had like I just called her a B word. Like, no. And that's the thing about it, people. What you see all the time, what's the show? Repo?
Yeah.
Man, get up, man. Hey, these folks are shooting the repo truck.
Yeah.
They out there going crazy and all this kind of stuff. Hey, man, look. You got 480 payments. You own 478. Look, man. It's still at your shit. Right. I understand. I get it. But you gotta make sure, look, guys, collateral. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, look, you gotta be able to sit here and look at when you come to the table. Them lenders looking, man, especially depending if it's something risky or the dollar amount a certain amount, or you already got previous debt and all that kind of stuff. Shit, I gotta put that house up. I gotta put them jewels up. I gotta do certain things, right? And you need to have your mind already think about that prior to having them conversations. And man, they might want this.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't want to part with it, you don't put it up. That's your right.
Right.
But you need to be understanding when we start talking, especially you already got things going on or things that didn't happen previously. Got to be realistic about, man, I might have to put my land up. I might have to do, just kind of keep that in mind.
Right.
And
a lot of business owners, a lot of business, like, and I hate to keep going back to this, but when we borrowed money for the shop centers to build shop centers, he would borrow money off land that he owned so he could build a shopping center, then build a shopping center, then borrow money from that shopping center from someone else, from another bank to pay that one off to borrow from something. Well, you get what I'm saying? So
absolutely. His
collateral was always the land of the shopping center that he owned. And then once the notes get called, that shopping center belonged to me. The Bank of Lee.
What the thing of it is again, I keep going back. I want people to really understand. You can't have the mindset that you feel like, okay, somebody's obligated to give you something or give you a loan or something just because you show up. You gotta understand, like,
just
look,
because it's a good idea.
Yeah, because it's a good idea to you. If people just gave, if institutions just gave our loans to anybody that asked because they were good people and they were hard workers, they close all the times. Because there doesn't it don't mean because you're not a good person or hard worker that the business is gonna be successful. So you gotta understand, do your work in regards just to find out, okay, it is viable. If I done paid all this stuff, can I pay these folks? You gotta have all that stuff together and just be okay. And be okay with what comes out of it and understand that sometimes you gotta put some skin in the game. I gotta put this house, I gotta put this this car up, whatever. And folks quickly be no. Well, you ain't gonna get shit.
Right.
For what you're trying to do. And it's not a bad thing, it's just business. It's just business.
Just business.
Now, what you might have to do with, look, you don't want to do that, that's fine. Reduce these numbers down, get your debt to income down a little bit more, show a little bit more in sales and stuff like that. You don't have to put no collateral up. Come back to us when you get all that stuff together. That's fine. But you got to understand when you actually go into negotiations to be able to acquire lending, acquire any kind of funding, it's got to make sense on both sides, not just you getting the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because again, you got people working there. Look, they can't lose their damn job because you're a godly man. Because you go to much. You just can't do that. It has to be. It got to make sense, right? It got to make sense. So I just want guys to think about it.
It's like some people do stuff and have no plan of paying people back.
Yeah, it happens all the time. But you don't last too long. And usually that happens with people that you got relationships with. They don't really happen to lenders. Like your friends, families, or something like that.
Right.
People don't know you. We're doing certain things. You hear a lot of different scams of people want people to come in and invest and they disappear. But when we start, now we're talking about, we're going to these lending institutions. We want to have our ducks in a row. Right? Because we do know at the end of the day, the rate, we talk about the cost to acquire. While when you go to a bank, being federally regulated, they can only charge so much over prime, right? So that's when you're gonna get your 5 to 8 or 9% interest rate. Once you go outside of that for other places, and now you got to pay
28%.
Shit, all kind of crazy damn stuff that you know damn well you ain't gonna be able to get.
Mm-hmm.
Why put yourself in that situation? You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So we gotta be realistic about it. So if you and I understand things happen, I might can't wait for that. I get it. I might just need a little bridge loan to kind of keep me over. So let me go to Mr. Charlie, with all his gold rings. He gave me this, but you might just need a little bit to get over. I get that. I get that part. I get it. But for the most part, we want to make sure we go into places where the cost to acquire that loan is just not going to be something that is going to beat us over the head. We can't even really afford to even pay it back.
At the astronomical prices.
Absolutely. Get in that lender mindset. We're thinking about what they need to see, what they're thinking about. Remember, guys, you got to ask yourself, can you repay it? Are you financially disciplined? Do you pay shit on time? Do you pay people back? Like Lab said. Do you understand your numbers? When I say understand your numbers, that means you borrowed $100,000 over a 10-year term at 8%. This is what it's going to be. Understand if it's based off prime, that number may fluctuate, right? Because we know the market changes and so the interest rate changes. So your note might have been $1,500 this month, and your note might be $1,595 the next month, and it may be $1,600 after that because it's based off prime plus. Know all this. Do not sit at any lender's table and they're telling you shit that's going over your damn head and you sign that paper and you try to think you can holler, I didn't know. I didn't know. Nobody cares. There's no excuse for ignorance. So be smart enough to say, hey, explain that to me.
Right.
And if they have problems explaining that to you, can you get a supervisor or something like that? Don't let and it's not about being greedy, but just sometimes we're so worried about getting turned down or feel like the people working with us and they put us in a bad product. They happen at car dealerships all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now you sitting there, they don't add all this stuff to your damn car purchase, and you knew you had some issues with credit, some issues with income, but they made it work for you getting the car.
Mm-hmm.
But the deal's so effed up, you can't even keep the damn car.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And because you were worried about not getting it, you didn't want to ask no questions.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. I understand stuff happens. I ain't stupid and I ain't just oblivious to whatever. But you, man, know what's going on with them numbers. Know what's going on because people will really take advantage of you.
Real hard.
Once you sign your name, you signed your name.
Yeah.
You signed your name, and you got to live with that. As tough as it is, you got to live with that. So be smart about that. Do you have a plan for growth and sustainability? Make sure that stuff is wrote down on that paper. When those lenders look at it like, okay, cool, this is a progressive thing, not unrealistic or whatever. Listen, this is what we look to do. And they already said the city said X amount of people moving to this community, so we can do a 1.5-2% increase in revenue each year and stuff like that. The just have some. When you show things, have a reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
When you show things, have a reason for it. Not you think, not you hope, not you pray. Have a reason for it, right? Even if that reason is not the best reason, it's a reason. So you got to make sure that you do that, okay? One thing you got to understand, lenders don't expect you to be perfect. They just want you to look prepared.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to be perfect. Just say, okay, this is the most awesome bidding plan. They just want to know you're going to put something into.
Mm-hmm.
Preparation
key. Effort.
Yeah, there you go. Preparation key. That's what they want to make sure. That this person done sat down and took some damn time to really look into how they're going to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you guys, I hope that the discussion helped you guys. You can feel free. We do, I'm going to count it by profession. On my company, Majestic Business Services, we offer consulting appointments to do, to go over some of these same things we talked about, and you feel free to book an appointment. You can go to the company website, www.majesticbiz.com. Again, that's www.majesticbiz.com. You also can, when you go to the YouTube channel or Facebook, it's not on Instagram, it's not on TikTok, but if you go to the YouTube channel in the description section, the every video, there's all the contact information, number to the office, the number to the business, even all the other social media platforms and things like that. So we're extremely accessible with doing it. But I definitely hope the conversation was beneficial to you when we talk about what the lenders want to see when they look at your business plan and your financials. Okay, guys, I can't stress you guys enough. Take some time to go over everything. Don't put what you think you hope or what you pray they want to see. Far too often, people spend so much time thinking I got to get a business loan. Well, I got to get my credit score this, and I got to do these particular things. But Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, such and such financial, everybody may have a different emphasis on different things, right? So the time you spend in thinking, what one person want to see to give you some money, it may not be a big thing for them. Some lenders may want to look at your credit. They may put more of an emphasis on the credit. Some may put more emphasis on collateral. Some may put more emphasis on the industry. Some may put more of an interest on, just looking at what risk or whatever high experience of a team you got with certain stuff. Go find out. Find out what they need to see. Find out what they need to see. Don't assume at all. And then once you get to have them conversations, don't let people talk over your head because you feel like you need it so bad, right? I need this money so bad. I'm gonna let them just, give me whatever they can give me. And then, you heard after everything, they gave you all the money you want at a crummy rate. You can't afford to keep this stuff. Be smart. Okay. You got anything to add to it, Lab?
No, I do not.
Listen, man, that was a great conversation. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Love you all. Appreciate all the love and support. We're almost right here at the end of the month with everything. So if you have not, especially if you're looking on Instagram and TikTok, if you have not, go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. 1,300 videos covering entrepreneurship, finance, business operation, business management. We got an active grant playlist with over 150 different grant opportunities at any given time. So definitely go there, take advantage of the great information that's there. Love you all. Be safe.
Oh, let me add something to that, though.
Okay, talk to me.
Y'all need to get them videos and subscribe to that channel before them videos is gone. Because it's time to start cleaning up that channel and get some of them older videos off. And if y'all ain't seen it, y'all done missed it. Just letting you know.
Don't be scaring me.
No, they are cleaning up the YouTube channel stuff. They are. Yes, they are deleting the videos. I think deleting them off Facebook too.
They're deleting off even the evergreen ones.
They're
I
deleting off Facebook real hard.
Yeah.
They only letting videos stay if it's over 30 days old now. It's getting deleted.
Out there. Well, I can tell you this: I ain't made too much money on it anyway. But definitely, but regardless, guys, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, take advantage of the information there. I think it's free. I always tell folks, when you want to book an appointment and talk, go there, look down and all the free information there. Only thing it's gonna cost you some time to spend. If you don't want to spend no time, you probably gonna be in a situation you can get no money. Because I can't stress enough.
Right.
People aren't inclined to help you if they see you don't want to put no skin in the game. So again, y'all take care. Love y'all. Be safe, and I'll talk with you soon.